Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a while, but I did want to make this one because I've spent so much money on facial feminization that I know it's one of the most expensive surgeries that you're probably thinking about. Myself, I've had forehead shaving, I've had chin shaving, which I'm not that happy about, and I've had a rhinoplasty. Now, you're probably on the fence on, do I need all of these procedures? Do I need more? Have I thought about more? So far, these three that I've mentioned, I've spent roughly $50,000 on. So, that's a lot of money, right? And I wasn't lucky where my insurance covered these procedures, so I had to pay out of pockets. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the US versus Spain and my experience. I'm not that happy yet. I'm still thinking about getting more procedures. So I will be going to Korea here in a few months to get a few additional procedures, and then I'll let you know how that goes. But I went to two places. I went to Boston with Dr. Spiegel, and then I went to a facial team in Marbella, Spain. So, I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons, so let's just dive right in. When I started this, everyone was telling me, you don't need anything. You're just very feminine. You don't need anything. But I looked in the mirror like most of you and did not see her. I did not see who I think I wanted to see. I saw all of the masculine features. And even now, to this day, I still see the masculine features. Like, you can take off all the makeup, you can, put the hair in a ponytail, and I still see it. I still see the features that I want gone. And so I will have my wave 3 surgery here, like I said, in a little bit. But you are going to be your worst critic, and you know what you can afford. You know what your problem areas are. I've gone to several consultations now. Most surgeons are going to upsell you. Very few of them are going to tell you, I guess, what you don't need. But a lot of them are going to try to say, if it's a concern for you, I can definitely add it to the package, and this is what I could do. But it's very important that you understand what they're like before, what it is, what the experience is during surgery, and then also what the experience is after surgery, because they're so different. The two that I have had for facial feminization have been so different. And if I could do it all over again, I would definitely choose a different process than my original. So back in 2022, I had gone to Dr. Spiegel because I had seen Gigi Gorgeous. She was so pretty, and I thought, I want to go ahead and look like her. I want to, she's so feminine. How can I be a little like her? How could I I don't know, just something about her and how feminine she was. How I just told myself, I want the doctor who did her. So I did a consult, tried it with my insurance. I'm from, at that time I was in Texas, so they weren't covered. And I went to the doctor, so we did, an online consultation, and then we took pictures, and so he got all of those. And it was around August, September, and it was time for surgery. So I made all the preparations. With facial feminization, you do need 10 days off. So I had, saved my PTO, and I was ready. I flew to Boston. I think the day before we had a consultation. Then the next day I had surgery. So I go and at that time I wasn't married and I didn't have someone there with me. So I did it by myself and I hired a nurse. Dr. Spiegel, for those who are alone, he has a few different, caretakers. And whomever I chose, I think he recommends too. The gal that I chose, she was amazing. She was so nice. Basically, she picked me up when it was time for my discharge. And she took me to my Airbnb and she was there with me for like 3 hours up until I fell asleep. The next day, she also kind of took care of me. I did my shopping the same day of my consultation, so it was lots of soups. I had water, Coke, because sometimes you just crave that sugar. So I had Coke. I had like lots of different soups because I was going to get forehead and then chin. Now, when you're getting this one, they actually have to cut inside of you. So he's going to get the bottom lips, pull it underneath, open it, so literally, and then expose your entire chin. I didn't have a very strong chin. So my doctor actually just wanted to work on like this tip right here. I'm not happy in person. I still think that we could do a little bit more feminization, like a little bit more pointy than what it is. And so, yeah, that's, my wave 3 facial feminization because I'm not really happy just yet. But he did so facial team, by the way, for those considering facial team versus like a US doctor, facial team does their incision like way back here. So they will actually cut you right here and then bring everything down for the forehead. Dr. Spiegel, at the time, I don't know what he's doing now, back in 2022, he was doing it here. So right behind the hairline. If I could do it all over again, I would do the one back here. Only because I've seen those girls and it just looks better. They didn't have staples. Dr. Spiegel does staples and those hurt and they're uncomfortable to sleep in. It was just, I think after the surgery was definitely painful. And facial feminization, you're like drowsy, you're in pain, you're tired, you don't want to do anything, you're in bed. Like literally the most that I could do was warm up some soup and then get back into the bed. And then like I had an iPad there. I didn't even want to watch anything on like the big screen. I just had an iPad laying in bed and I was like that for like 10 days or like 7 days, something like that. And I'm just like, and I order food. I actually had all my groceries ordered at that time, so I was good. Another thing about my forehead was everything's bloody. So your hair, it looks clean and nice and pretty right now, but right after that surgery, I lost so much hair because he literally has to like cut it. And then there's blood, and then there's like this oil, like it's like a grease. I don't know. It was, and you're not touching it. So for like, I want to say the whole week, probably like 5 days, I did not wash my hair. And that was terrible because you're like bandaged up. You have these staples. Everything is like this big ball of mess. And you're just like, oh my goodness, like, I feel terrible. I look terrible. I mean, what did I just do? And for me, at least, I was just thinking I made a huge mistake. Okay, time for like a little sip. I made this huge mistake, and but I ended up walking to like this nearby salon, and I paid like maybe $30 for them to wash my hair because I just wanted them to be super duper careful. And this is Boston. I stayed in like, I want to say Cambridge area. And Boston as a whole, I've been there like several times. Very nice city. You know, it's cold, it's gray, but I like the city. Maybe right circumstance, I would probably even live there. So it's not like I didn't like the environments. So everything is close by. It's walking distance, I think, which was amazing. So anyways, I had this. I go back to see Dr. Spiegel because you have to get the staples removed, and he like that was so painful. The worst part was getting those staples removed. And Lola, say hi, baby. Say hi, mommy. That's Lola. So getting the staples removed was definitely the worst part. It was so painful because he uses like this little gun, and then he's just like clack, clack, clack. And honestly, I was just like, fuck, this is so terrible. I was like even crying, like it was just really bad for me. I don't know how it is for other people. And so long story short, I had my facial feminization. It was a very lonely process. I was stuck in an Airbnb and eating soup. That's it. And I spent 35 to 40,000. It was like with everything, travel, everything, like close to 40. Just surgeries, I think, came out to like 33. But with travel, with Airbnb, staying in Boston's not cheap. 30 to 40, 35 to 40, sorry. That's how much I spent just for those two procedures. Now, facial team. I went there for my nose job, and I'm like in love. Like, you can probably see the shape. He made it very nice and slim. The doctor is hot. I mean, if you're into men, oh my God, he was so hot. And, I think what he did for me was amazing. Like, I just love him. And had I chose, so let me just talk a little bit about this. When you book, they're awesome. English was not a issue. You're coordinating everything through email or WhatsApp. They have different chats based off of your journey. Like, they have a chat like before, they have a chat during, and then they have a chat after. They have a Facebook group, so it's like a community of people you can ask your questions. That was nice. As soon as you land to the airport, someone's there to pick you up. That was also nice because from the minute that you get to Spain to the minute that you leave, you have someone there with you. Then they take you to this like Marbella hotel. I know that facial team is building their own like place now, but they had like a contract with like a local hotel in Old Marbella, which was gorgeous. It's a hit and miss. So a few of the girls had like amazing rooms, and I was so jealous. And then they placed me in like this terrible room. So I gave them like 1 stars because I was so pissed. Like, having made friends and having gone to the room that was like this multi-story floor and like whatever, and then you see my shoebox, like it was just not, and we were all paying the same rate, so that really pissed me off. So don't like that hotel, and I gave them a 1 star on Google Maps. But you get there, and what I love most is they have a psychologist, they have a nurse in that hotel. It was just awesome. And they had like a psychologist there, like to do just gatherings with the new girls, and people could talk about like their experience. And as you would imagine, most people are scared. The actual facilities, the facial team are beautiful. It feels like a luxury spa. It doesn't feel like a hotel. So yeah, and then they also are very professional. I'll show you some of my scans. Like what I found fascinating was they do like these scans of your bone, which I thought like was fascinating. Now I probably have like 20 of these images, and it's just for the doctor to get a better view. And the doctors are all, they care about you. I never once felt, I don't know, like weird or anything like that. It was just like, they made you feel like it was all about you. And I know it was like, and I was just one of many, but your entire experience feels, it's about your journey. And I was like, oh my God, I love this. And it's also so much cheaper than like US doctors. So that there's this like stigma that, oh, you have to go to like these celebrity doctors to look amazing. And I'm going to tell you, the doctors on facial team, those girls came out looking so beautiful. Like, oh my God. So yeah, 100%. If I had to choose between US and Spain, I wish I would have taken my money and done my facial feminization in Spain. Now, I have a third surgery coming up. It's going to be cheek. So I have a bone right here that like kind of protrudes a little bit. So they're going to shave that down. Actually, it's through the cheek. They're going to shave that down. And my chin. So I'm going to just, I don't like this chin. It's still too wide. And I think it's because I got the nose job after the chin. So it matched my original nose, but you guys understand that everything is proportions. So with a more slim, narrow nose, this chin doesn't match it anymore. So I'm going to get that done. And the reason I chose Korea was because, one, they do this kind of zygomatic arch reduction. Most girls want cheek augmentation, and I need like a cheek reduction right here with this bone. And yeah, here's the bone. I want that shaved a little bit down just to match the slimness of the nose. And then lastly, because they're shaving bone here, they recommended a mini facelift, which is basically behind the ear. They're going to like, pull the skin back. So I'm going to have like a mini facelift. And I'm fine with that, Hey, stop. She's so bad. She's so bad. She's my mama. She's my Lola. I love her so much. She's so cute. She's like so pretty. But So that is my experience. I would recommend facial team. If you can get it done in the US first, insurance, then probably I would go that route. Like, I'm not upset. It's just so much better with like Spain. 100% better. The surgeons, the level of craftsmanship, the vibe, the experience, the energy, the feeling a part of the community. Like, honestly, yeah, no comparison. I am choosing now Korea to do some specialized techniques that they are prominent in, like the cheek reduction. But if you don't need a chin reduction because your face is already very narrow and you just need forehead shaving and maybe some chin and jaw, I would definitely choose Spain. Facial team, they're so good. I felt so good. And then look at this nose. I'm just so impressed by the nose. So yeah, thanks. I hope this was helpful. I hope that you guys make the right decision for you. Like always, this isn't medical advice. This is my experience meant to help you. And hopefully you guys enjoy. So thank you.